Hi everyone. Today let us see a few important questions on the poem The Cloud, which is written by P.B. Shelley. First question: who wrote the poem The Cloud? P.B. Shelley. What is the theme of the poem? The eternal cycle of nature. How does Shelley personify the cloud in the poem? As a traveler moving across the sky. Which elements does the cloud interact with in the poem? The moon, sun, and the ocean. Which literary device is heavily used in the poem? Personification. What does Shelley suggest about the cloud's existence? It is eternal and ever changing. Seventh question: how does the poem describe the cloud's role in nature? It is responsible for growth, storms, and renewal. Eighth question: which poetic form is the cloud written in? Lyrical poetry. Ninth question: what does Shelley compare the cloud to in the final lines? A phoenix rising from the ashes. Tenth question: in which year was the cloud published? 1820. 11th question: name the collection of poems in which the cloud was published. It is also a part of Shelley's collection Prometheus Unbound. 12th question: what is the rhyme scheme of the poem Cloud? A B A B C D C D E F E F. This is A B A B, not D, A B. 13th question: Shelley famously admonished which first generation romantic poet for his conservation ideas? William Wordsworth. 14th question: sunbeam proof, I hang like a roof. Identify the figure of speech. Simile. 15th question: the cloud is the daughter of earth and water. 16th question: the interacts with all but mountains. The cloud interacts with all but the mountains. 17th question: what kind of poetic meter is used in the poem The Cloud? Anapaestic. 18th question: at the end of stanza 3, the cloud compares itself to what kind of animal? A dove. 19th question: of all the romantic poets, Shelley was most known for his radical political beliefs. 20th question: a cenotaph is an empty tomb or monument. 21st. As the cloud marches across the sky, what follows in its wake? Rainbow. 22nd. Which of the following does the cloud describe as a pilot? Lightning. 23rd. The moon is personified as which of the following? Maiden. 24th question: how many stanzas does the poem Cloud contain? 6. 25th question: which best characterizes the relationships described in the poem The Cloud? Non-hierarchical. Next. Now let us see the summary for the poem The Cloud. Summary stanzas wise. First stanza. The poet describes in a first person narrative that the clouds bring water to nourish the plants and the vegetation. Through evaporation, it collects water from the seas and the oceans and brings light shade for the leaves on a hot sunny day. The second stanza. As the wind blows in the early cloudy morning, the dew falls and showers on the buds. It is shaken and wakes the buds, who start making noises. They had rocked themselves on their mother's breasts, but start dancing as the clouds shake. Summary for stanza 3. The hail when hits the earth is broken and spreads on the earth the same way. When the hail hits the grain to separate the grain and the husk, this whitens the green grasses and plains and dissolves them in rain. It takes different forms as it appears as dew, sometimes as hail, though it rains and the sky is clear without any trees or clouds. Stanza 4. The cloud says that it is the daughter of the earth and water, and the sky is like a nurse to it. The clouds pass through the pores of the oceans and soars, and the water enters the earth, evaporates, and again form a cloud. It is a cycle and hence it never dies. Stanza 5. The cloud here says that when the rain stops and it seems like it did not leave any stain, the sky has become bare and empty. The sky again becomes clear and blue like usual. Stanza 6. The cloud silently laughs at its death and emerges once again, as a child from the womb or like a ghost from the tomb, and covers the sky. Thank you everyone. Hope this video will be useful for all. If you like, please subscribe, like and share this video. Catch you in the next video.